I
Yeah,
like it.
I'm gonna take over the show real quick. Listen, we actually had something set up for you guys. I was gonna do a little presentation on prospecting, but the other day, as I was doing my little PowerPoint presentation, setting up all the slides, a little thought came to my mind, and I was like, well, I would love to show these people prospecting where to go, how to market, what to look for, who to find. The only problem with that was, I called Aaron, I spoke with him, is that not everybody's on the same level. Now, regardless if it's financial level, regardless if it's resource level, regardless if they're working on a laptop or even on a mobile phone. I mean, I understand it's the 21st century, but there's still some websites out there that are not mobile friendly. So I cannot send people or put a screenshot up there of where they can go to get paid advertisement, post ads, and then they're working off of a phone. So it was kind of hard, and we had to break this down and brainstorm a little bit. And I think that me and Aaron decided that we're going to do a little bit separate training on that for everybody. But before we get into that, there's a lot of things that I've seen going on. I'm going to take this off. Can you guys still hear me? Go like that if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Yes, no, maybe? All right, good, good, good. I've seen a lot of things going on, and the number one thing that's happening here is people are failing. And I'm going to be straight honest with you, and this is why people are failing on what we're doing, because they do not know what being an entrepreneur really is, hands down and flat. They do not understand what trades and tricks they need to be an entrepreneur. Now, before I give you a little knowledge on prospecting, I have a couple questions for you guys. Don't mind me, I get crazy, but that's all right. Now, in order to become a successful entrepreneur, you have to know certain things. And these are the things that you need to know. There's more trademarks to this. There's a lot more that you need to know, but you're not going to make business out there if you don't understand why you want to be an entrepreneur. So the first thing, number one thing you got to understand, as you see right there, is understand what a job is. If I ask you what's a job, and I don't want to hear you say, oh, just over broke or juggling on bills, because that's not a job. You have to understand what a job is to become a successful entrepreneur, because the people you're going to talk to are people that are convinced that they need to work. Those are people that grow up, study, get a job, and die. Hands down. They live day to day by paycheck to paycheck. So we have to understand that a job is something that you're getting paid what you're not worth of to do a workload that's more than what you're going to get paid. Let's say you get paid $1,000 a week. You understand that? Now, what you have to do at your job is more than what $1,000 a week, because that's the only way that the CEOs are really going to make money, right? So when you're out there and you consider yourself an entrepreneur, you got to understand who you're talking to. Now, if you're talking to these people, you got to understand that they're working, and you got to understand why they're working, because a lot of people hold on to a job with a tight grip. They don't want to let go of that grip because that's the knowledge that they were given. They're looking at us as entrepreneurs, and they see the stuff we got to go through, and that grip is so tight. They're like, well, you know what? They're out there talking to a lot of people. All right, so are you. If you're on the phone at your job talking to 20 or 30 people for $9 an hour, why can't you talk to 20 or 30 people to live a life of only what you dream of? You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand what a job is, number one. Number two, what you ask, the questions you ask. And I'm not saying, I know people are like, Johnny, what do you mean what I ask? I'm not talking about the questions you ask other people. I'm talking about the questions you have to ask yourself. You have to ask yourself questions. What values am I going to bring? What am I skilled at? What I want to do? And why am I doing what I'm doing? Those are the questions you ask. Because if you ask certain questions before you go to a job interview, you understand if that job is good for you. If you ask certain questions to yourself before you get involved in a relationship, that relationship is going to be phenomenal if you ask the right questions. You understand what I'm saying? Number three, upgrade. I'm not saying upgrade your sneakers, not to upgrade your Jordans to elephants. You understand what I'm saying? To upgrade. Not upgrade your car, not upgrade your apartment, not upgrade your house, not upgrade your clothing. That's not what I'm talking about when I say upgrade. When I say upgrade, I'm talking about the people you surround yourself with. That's what you got to upgrade to become a successful entrepreneur. Because if you hang around 10 people that are sitting at home watching Jerry Springer, guess what? You're going to be sitting on the recliner with them. Because every thought that comes into your mind, every idea, every dream, And if you ask these guys, hey guys, I want to start a car dealership. I want to detail cars. What do you think? They're going to look at you and be like, man, you're crazy. You're going to waste your money. Don't even do it. There's too many mobile car dealers. You just drive your car through the machine and it cleans for you. You know why? Because that's the way they think. They're comfortable. You understand? But if you upgrade and you surround yourself around people that are entrepreneurs, people that are successful, people that want to be successful, people that are hungry, people that are out there and striving to make sure that they got to do what they got to do for themselves and their family, guess what? You're going to be the 11th person out of them 10. You're going to be number 11 because the minute you bring an idea to them, they're going to be like, guess what? You can do it. Go for it. Let me help you. I got training. Read this. Watch this video. Those are the people you got to surround yourself with. So definitely, I see a lot of people saying that they're entrepreneurs. And I look at you and I say, why are you an entrepreneur? And then you're telling a person that started their own tree chopping company, you're out there talking to them, I'm an entrepreneur, you should become an entrepreneur. Guess what? So are they, because they started their own tree cutting company. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand what is an entrepreneur before you go out there and start tagging yourself as an entrepreneur. Now, I'm going to sit down real quick, and I just want to get that out the way because, a lot of people say they want to be entrepreneurs, and they have no idea where to go to look or where to begin to become an entrepreneur, all right? Now, back to the main subject. I'm sorry, Aaron, I went somewhere else with that, but I just had to do that. Back to the main subject, how to become a good prospector, all right? There's tons and tons of prospecting materials out there. Like I said, I was making a little PowerPoint presentation on how to become a good prospector, what materials to go get, where to look at, and how to market and target your business, because you don't want to go sell Teen Pop magazines to a senior citizen home. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're an AARP representative, then that's the right spot. Because a lot of people are marketing their businesses, but they're all over the place. They're not marketing in the right direction. They're not targeting those right people. But there's something I used to watch all the time, and there's this guy named Thomas, and he broke it down on how to become a good prospector, what kind of prospector you are. All right, there's 3 different prospectors out there, and most of us here, we're stuck on the number 1 prospector, which is a miner. All right. What a miner does is that they stay in one spot and they keep digging and digging and digging, regardless if they're looking for coal, regardless if they're looking for gold, regardless of what they're looking for diamonds. They stay in the one spot and they keep digging and digging and digging and digging, hoping that they can find what they're looking for. And I see a lot of people doing that because every time I jump online, guess what? They're on the computer. They limited themselves to just the computer and a smartphone, right? They're miners. Now you got the fishermen. I used to be a fisherman. I'm still a fisherman. Let me tell you, I love it. You know what a fisherman does? A fisherman goes out to open water. He goes to where the school of fish is at. And then he throws his net out there. And he brings his net back up, and he's hoping that he has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fishes. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing because you want to be a fisherman. You want to go out there. When somebody invites you to a baby shower, I'm there. Somebody invites you to a school meeting, I'm going over there. I'm going to talk to the teachers and all the parents. Somebody invites me to a wedding, I'm crashing. You know why? Because there's people there. And you might not know this, but those people that are there, they know about you. They're not going to say it to your face, but they've been following you. They understand that you're in business because they heard from that parent, they heard from that cousin, they heard from that aunt, they heard from that relative what you're doing. So you have to go out there, you have to hit events, you have to go to anything that's going on where there's a large crowd of people. You have to get out there and make sure you talk to everybody. Somebody's going to walk up to you and be like, listen, Frank over there told me that you have an online business. Absolutely. Guess what? I'm teaching people how to make $10,000 plus a month. They're going to be interested. How's that? Easy. They invest $11.50, depending on what business you're going to bring them to. They invest $75. You invest $35. If when we get to the high-ticket businesses, you invest $3,500. But they know about you. They're just not going to tell you to your face. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the farmer. The farmer is the best prospector there is out there because the farmer has the product that everybody wants. A farmer does not go nowhere. You know how we become farmers? By having everything on autopilot, by having auto response, having capture pages, have the internet do the business for you. That's where everybody needs to be. And honestly, everybody that's on this webinar right now is definitely is a farmer. And I'm going to tell you why. And it's not because what we have to offer. It's not because of the system we're using. It's not because of the money we're making. We all have what we need for them to come and look for us. The desire to help people. When you show people that you want to help them, they're going to come to you regardless of what situation there is. Because to become a good prospector, you only need 3 things. You got to understand their language. You got to listen. Because when you listen, they're going to tell you exactly what they want and exactly what they're looking for. You have to listen. You have to start a relationship. Even if they're not in your business, you keep a relationship because guess what? Later down the line, it's going to pay off. You understand what I'm saying? You have to, and I forgot the third one. Hold on a minute. You have to listen, build a relationship, build trust, and always have what they need. When they call you, answer your phone. When they send you a text, answer the text. If they send you a message, send them a message. But the most thing is the interest that you are giving to them. What is your interest for that person? Is your interest just so they could wipe their credit card? Is their interest so they could put money into your PayPal account, into your Stripe account? If that's the interest that you have for that person, guess what? You're going to lose it. 30 minutes into conversation, they're going to know if you're after their money or not. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things to become a good prospector out there, guys. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to put up my slideshow and give you where you can get everything, but unfortunately, we have people here that are different levels, financially and resource. You know what I'm saying? There's people working on different subjects, but me and Aaron and Dominique, we're going to get together and break this down, and we're going to take it to the next level and get everybody focused and back on track. I know today I had to go onto the chat and tell everybody bring it down a notch because they're all over the place. All right? Aaron, you can take it from here. Thank you guys for listening. I hope I got everybody some knowledge today.
Yeah, that was very powerful. It's so true. It is so very true. And I was just start at the beginners type of thing. Basically, if you are a beginner, the main thing that you really want to know is who your target is, who your target market is. That'll help you save a lot of time. Number one. So if you know who your target market is, that's very powerful. And number two, the first thing you want to focus on, especially when you're a newbie or whatever you want to call it, is basically this will get you sales. The thing that will get you sales is basically getting leads. And a lead is someone who has been exposed to your business. That's all that is. So if you focus on that without even knowing anything about branding or anything, if you just focus on that alone, you will get sales. And I don't care what nobody tell you. If you just focus on getting leads, then you will get sales. And if you're new, you might not know how to talk to people, but the more people you talk to, the more sales you will get. So say it takes you, because you're new, I know a lot of people when they're new, they think 10 people is a lot of people. If you go look in someone's back office, like the people who come to me and they say they're not getting sales, I ask them to go look in their back office and tell me how many leads do you have in your back office. Okay, and a lot of them say leads. What leads? And I'm like, that is just, oh my goodness, that's the first thing they need to know. If they need to get leads, like they'll be like, well, I talked to my brother and my sister. I talked to like 3 people and nobody joined. That's what I hear. Like I talked to 10 people and now one person joined me. I posted ads in groups every single day, and I talked to 10 people. Or some people are like, I posted ads in 10,000 groups and nobody joined me. Okay, and then I say, okay, how many people asked you for info? How many people did you actually talk to. Because if you're posting ads and no one's responding to it, that means it don't count at all. Because that's the most dangerous thing that you can ever see in your business. If you're not exposing people to your business, just because you post on Facebook or in a group, that does not mean that people are going to join you. It doesn't. What makes you the money is generating the leads, prospecting, like Jonathan was saying. You have to be prospecting. And if you think about it, network marketing is something that is very highly pursued by people who do not know how to market and promote. If you think about it, that's what it is. They'll get excited about the business. Okay, they're ready to, like, I'm about to make $1 million, right? And then next thing is like, okay, what do I do next, right? And so they just do all kinds of stuff, but the focus needs to be on getting people in front of your business. That will get you sales by itself. Even if you don't know anything about a capture page or anything, if, say, Sally knows nothing about how to market or anything, and she just so excited that she goes and actually talks and shows people, shows 100 people, let's just say 5 people a day for 5 days a week. Just 5. As you know, people are working 8, 10, 12 hours at a job. If she showed 5 people a day, where she actually had a conversation with them, either it was on the phone, whether she was at the mall, whatever the case may be, if she did that for 30 days, she would get sales. I've seen this happen. This lady had no experience, and I just said, okay, I'm just going to give you a crash course. Every day for the next 30 days, I want you to go show 5 people. And I said 5 because that's a very low number, and that won't overwhelm anyone. Really, if you wanted to talk to more people than that, but, I didn't want to overwhelm her. And she got sales. So that's how you see how powerful just generating traffic to your website is. That's just for a beginner aspect. Now, if you are promoting, one thing that will help you get sales is if you build your audience. No matter if you're promoting on Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case, whatever you choose, you have to build an audience. This is why, some people get more engagement on their pages than others, because one person built an audience and the other person didn't. So the limit on Facebook, as you know, is 5,000. And one person has, let's say, 1,000 friends, and the other one has 5,000. Who is more likely to get more exposure? The one with 5,000 friends. So if you're building your audience, if you know you're going to choose Facebook or Instagram, you know for a fact that you need to be adding friends or have a big audience. So because that is in general what network marketing is. You're building, you're building relationships, building engagement. People know, like, and trust you. So now you know that you need to build an audience. Okay, that's just like building a list. I'm not gonna go. That's more advanced. It's like building an audience. Okay. So now, what if you're in network marketing and you built your Instagram or whatever social media that you're doing with network marketers, right? Isn't that smarter? If you're promoting a network marketing business, wouldn't you want it to be in front of network marketers? People who already know that it takes investment to build a business. People who already know how the game goes. Wouldn't you rather see those people? They're going to be more apt to joining your business. Now, another thing is that you have to build your value up. Okay, value is very important. There are thousands of the same distributors as you. Not only is there thousands and millions, who knows how many distributors there are as you, there's other companies that you're competing against. Okay? So once you realize this, you have to have value, because what is going to make that person join you as opposed to the other people? Okay? They have so many choices, right? What is going to make them join you? It's just like working at a just say I used to work at McDonald's, okay? The value is very low for a McDonald's worker, because they can, at any moment, they can go find another high school student to take that position, so they don't pay them as much. Now, a brain surgeon gets paid millions of dollars. Who knows? I don't even know the amount, but I know it's a lot, because they have a specialized skill. This is why when people join me in different businesses, I give them a blueprint to start them off. Most of them do not read it. I will tell you that. Money is hidden right in front of our faces, if you think about it. But people will rather watch TV or rather do other things than upgrade their value. So the rich people are like, ha ha ha. They will never learn because they don't want to read the books where they told you exactly step by step how to get rich. Yes. If they find out, they're going to be like us, you know? So the change that happened with me in the beginning was the fact that after going through sponsor to sponsor to sponsor and figuring out that, you know, after going through all of that and not getting anywhere, I realized it was the only difference in the compensation plans or whatever the companies is you. If you upgrade your value, you know that you need to network, you know that you need to advertise, you know that you need to be good at promoting. At the end of the day, the only thing you get paid for in this type of business is to recruit or to sell your product. So that means you need to know how to recruit and sell your products. So I started to go on Google, YouTube, read books like Jonathan mentioned, how to prospect, how to do all of these things to upgrade my value. Because people are going to be looking for people who at least know more than them. At least know more than them. You know, if they don't know what to do and you don't know what to do, it's going to be harder unless you get the heads up, unless you can build a relationship with them and you can present to them that you are the solution to their problem. You are. It doesn't matter what company you are, what company you are in. You have to be the solution. If you can talk to someone, see their problems, and offer the solution to their problem, and maybe give them tips on what they can do to solve their problems, you have just given them some value, basically. But if you don't take the time to learn any of the skills that you need, then it's going to be very, very hard for you to succeed in this business. If you don't learn that people run everything, if you can't connect with people, you will have a hard time. So you need to understand how to connect with people. And a very good book that I recommend is How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a really, really good book, and it breaks down like psychology of, you know, how the human brain works and stuff like that, and just simple stuff that will help you connect better with people, because some people are not good with people. And network marketing is all about people. So if you're not good with people, if you don't know how to sell stuff, or if you don't know how to build relationships, or let people know that, you know, how to get to where they need to be. If somebody says, I want to make, you know, an extra $2,000 a month, and you can't break it down to say why you are the solution, or why your company isn't the solution, you will have a hard time. So if you're just a beginner, you want to make sure that you're exposing people to your business. That's the number one reason people fail. It's just simply because not enough people even know they are a marketer, know about whatever the company they're in. That is the main reason why people fail. No matter what, you know, books you read, if you're not getting traffic to your website, if you're not getting people in front of the presentation, you're going to have a hard time. So a lot of times as soon as, you know, I join a company or something like that, the first thing I do is I try to expose as many people as humanly possible as I can, because I know that if I get a certain amount of leads, I know my ratios, like, you know, like I always say, track it. If you haven't gotten a sale, keep on bringing people in front of your presentation, and eventually, once you hit that number, you will see how many people it took. That's why it's good to use a capture page in a system that shows you how many leads you have, because now you can track to see what number person did it take you to get your first sale. Because if you haven't gotten your first sale, all it means is, this is good news. If you haven't gotten your first sale, it simply means that not enough people saw your business, not enough people know. That's it. That's all, really, honestly, I can break it down like that. So you know that you need to get people in front of your business, because you're going to just find people who see your business and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. But you won't ever find that if no one knows. So like I said, you can post this in many Facebook groups if you want. If people do not see it, if you're not talking to anyone, you know, then it's going to be hard for you. Like, I have it on autopilot, like Jonathan says. I have systems that does that for me, because if I don't, I will spend all of my time posting away and risk, getting into jail or whatever the case may be, when I can spend my time on money making activities. Here's one type of person. There's a person that post on, they get their message out there. They're posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram, posting Craigslist, whatever the case may be, posting everywhere, right? Getting their business in front of as many people as possible. Okay, they know they have a certain time frame to get this message across on as many platforms as possible. And then there's a second person who does that what the first person did, and then they're calling people on the phone, they're calling leads, yada 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 yada. Okay? And then there's a third person who has it on autopilot, where they have a system that puts out hundreds of robots at any given moment, and they have a series of messages that contact that person on their behalf, okay? And then there's a mix of, offline, where you're doing presentations and stuff like that, of course. And then there's the person who, may post on Monday, and then on Tuesday they may not post, and then Thursday they don't know if they should post today because nobody responded. And you break it down to what type of person you are. So you should have people contacting you if you're doing it right. People will start contacting you. People will start wondering what you're doing, and then so forth. You'll be talking to people as well. So if anything that you do, you need to know that you must be consistent. Because as long as you're consistent, then you will get sales as well. But if you're willy-nilly, you don't know what your goals are, you don't know why you're doing this, you just want to make money and that's it, and it's just like, kind of confusion, you're going to have a hard time, because if you don't know where you're going, you will go nowhere. You need to know where you're going. So that's very important as well. If you say you want to make $100,000 per year, you need to make about $273 a day. $50,000, half of that. You want to break down how much per day that you need to make to hit your goals. Okay, and then once you do that, you need to know the number of how many people did you have to talk to or see your presentation or become a lead for you to get your first sale. Once you know that number, then you can, upgrade whatever you're doing to talk to more people. Talking to 10 people a day for 5 days a week, that will get you to $100,000 in a 3-year period. If you talk to 20 people a day for 5 days, that will get you to $100,000 in a 2-year period. If you talk to 30 people a day for 5 days a week, or whatever the schedule may be, that will get you to $100,000 in a 1-year period. And those are the numbers I got from experience. Even if when I didn't have experience until when I did, once I found those numbers, that's when it actually started to happen. It's all about, getting traffic. And then I'm not going to go over advanced stuff because I don't want to confuse people, about autoresponders. Autoresponders saved my life. I'm serious. When I figured out how to use an autoresponder, oh my goodness, once you figure out how to use it, you're going to be like, what have I been doing? I've been wasting so much time doing all this random stuff. Once you figure out the formula, it's so simple to make money online, I promise you. But the first thing you need to work on is figuring out how do you want to promote to get traffic to your business. That's the main thing for right now. But I'll go over the millionaire formula next week, I guess. The steps that you need to take. Because I don't want to overwhelm people, because I know a lot of people don't like to read or, listen to audios and stuff like that, no matter what. I know just some people don't like to do it, but the value is in you. Once you learn, you have to acquire new skills. I'm sorry. Especially if you're trying to make 6 figures, you have to acquire new skills. Because the person that you are now and you don't have the knowledge, then people are more attracted to people who know what they're doing. Just in general, especially if they're spending their hard-earned money, they want to feel like if they join you, then you're going to help them and guide them to what you need to do. So that's part of attraction marketing, where people join you because of literally who you are and the amount of value that you bring. They know you will bring into their life. So that's the point that you want to get to, where people join you in your sleep because they see you that you're a person who will actually benefit their life, improve their life. That's the part where you want to get to, where you're serving people in a way that they just want to join you because just who you are, the value that you have. So that starts with getting new skills, acquiring new skills, and stuff like that. Did you have something to say?
I do, but a little bit, like maybe 10 minutes. Bianca, all right, now here's the thing. Now I know we had a little thing that we was gonna do, all right, but my baby's trashed my notes and I didn't ever note it, so I didn't put it in, digital format. Oops. Do you remember what we're gonna be doing? Do you remember? Can you flow with it, or did you get your speech ready?
No, I don't have a speech ready. I'm just gonna wait.
All right, well, dang, hot sauce it.
But we were going to do a little interview of you and I.
I didn't hear her. I didn't hear you. It was like
You were going to interview me.
Was that with the income and the debt and the bills?
Yeah, with goals and why.
Yes. What is? All right. So I'll wing it with you too. You know what I mean? Just throw some hot sauce on. It doesn't matter. So
I don't like hot sauce.
It's okay. It's probably a Yukon thing. So what's your income goals, right? And
My income goals, I would say, would be maybe $2,000 a month, an extra $2,000 a month.
all right. So why?
Because then that would be able to give me enough to cover my bills for now.
To cover your bills, okay. Have you thought about taking a portion of that and depleting your debt? Do you have debt?
Well, I would need more than that to cover my debt. So my goal is to get $2,000 a month, and then up it to $5,000, and then up it to $10,000, and then keep going.
Okay. Now how are you gonna get there, right? Like we know you work online, you do all those types of things, okay? But in knowing that to leverage capital, right, it takes two things. It takes capital, right, and it takes knowledge. And certain knowledge, when you get to a certain level, you have to invest in. Have you thought about investing in your knowledge to leverage more capital?
I would definitely invest in more knowledge, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
And your advertisement, like which ways do you advertise? Which ways do you know offhand you can advertise?
Right now, I'm advertising on YouTube, and I make pictures for Instagram, and I also post in Facebook groups, even though I know that it gets flooded in there and not much happens.
All right, Roger. I mean, that's good. Like, at least you're outside of the Facebook box, right? Have you thought about researching other ways of advertising? Because when you start making that money and you start gearing yourself, towards autopilot, you're gonna need certain types of advertisements that's not available unless you got.
I would definitely invest in paid traffic.
Okay. Do you know what types are out there?
I have a couple people that I know that sell A1 traffic, so I'll probably get traffic from them.
Okay. Is that a solo ad, premier company?
It is a solo ad, yes.
Okay. What was the other way that we were like, solo ads? We were just talking about it upstairs yesterday.
Say please.
You want to talk about it?
She knows her traffic strategy, so.
Okay, never mind. So that's good. Now, have you thought about have you thought about who your customers are? Do you know who your customers are? Is it just everybody, or are you
No, I
targeting
want people who are
specific group?
serious about changing their life,
Okay.
who are fed up with the past and want to step it up and do whatever it takes to get to the next level.
Okay. Okay. That sounds good because I was watching Nicktoons, right? And they target their customers because what happens when a commercial comes on, right? You just start seeing toys out the wazoo, right? It's all types of toys, it's all types of things that are gonna make kids say, "Mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy, it's gotta happen this Christmas. Come on," you know. And they target their customers, like if I was gaming online or something like that, you have certain commercials that come on. It's gonna be things like Pizza Hut, Pepsi, Coke. They're not gonna, if you have a furniture company, you're not gonna be wasting your time and wasting your money and your efforts on, selling new couches and stuff like that to gamers. We don't care, man. You know what I mean? I'm on my knees
Gamers
gaming.
care. Gamers care. They want someplace comfy to rest their bums while they're gaming.
Oh Lord, this lady. No, you're right. But yeah, yeah, you gotta target your customers. Okay, but on the real guys, you gotta have a game plan. Okay, you have to um you have to know how much your bills are. Okay, because that's the first thing that has to be covered. Because what's ever left out of that pot, okay, goes towards your advertisement. It goes towards upping your knowledge. It goes towards tithing if you do that. It goes towards giving back to your initial investments, right? So if you don't have that written down on paper, you really don't know where you're going. You really don't know what you're doing. You're just out there, and you're not even tracking your money, right? You got to track that. You got to have that down. Your game plan has to be down. You have to be organized. Okay, like I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm pretty much I'm pretty much in like go 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 mode, right? Because I have deadlines I have to meet, right? There's a lot of stuff that I have to have done and completed. So by the time next week comes, it's all automation, right? I'm not trying to do too much while trying to organize myself, right? If you spend the time to write your game plan down and organize yourself, I don't care if it takes a week, right? Every day say, I'm going to do this, this has to be done. Okay, this next step sounds like it's a 2-day process. I need that done in 2 days, right? And you write that down. This has to be done in 2 days. And this has to be done after this, right? So you knock out your first part and then you go to the second part. If you get the first part done quickly, go ahead and work on the second part. Don't say, yes, got the first part done, and then 16 hours rest of the day you're not doing anything. Okay, stay ahead of your checklist. Stay ahead of your organization, right? But if you spend that time to write your game plan down and get organized, okay, get yourself set up for automation, right? Then you can go. Then you can go 110%. Okay, you can go full speed, right? You don't want to run through a forest with your eyes closed. Okay, you're gonna run into a whole lot of junk, right? And then you're gonna be, yeah, you just don't want to do that. All right, so write down your game plan. Write down what it is you need to do to cover your bills. Start your research. Research every day. You should be researching every day, okay? Because that's going to lead you down the road into more researching. You should be networking, asking people questions, okay? You want to know what happened to me this week? You want to know what happened to me this week? Watch this, okay? I reached deep down inside my messages, right? And I was like, dang, look at all these messages I missed from 2 months ago. So what did I do? I was like, hey, I remember we were talking about this. Sorry, I wasn't able to contact you back or something like that. You know, my messages kind of got lost. But how are you doing in that four corners you were talking about? Right? Anything like that, right? Boom, instantly hit back. I'm doing okay in four corners. Something, something, something. And guess what they said? What's this thing that you were talking about? Right? Just like Johnny, just like Jay cash them out all day. Just like he said, right? People are watching you, man. I'm trying to tell you right now.
They do.
People are watching you. Okay? You're being Facebook stalked every day. That's why you need to be posting 1 to 3 times a day, daily. You need to have that quality content in there, and you can't have it if you're not researching. Okay, there's a lot of free tools out there. YouTube, Google, Bing, library, other people, right? Grab that knowledge, man. I don't care where you get it from. Take somebody's head and just get in that brain, okay? But yeah, reach out to people, man. Like way back in your list. You guys have like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 friends, man, to work with, right? That's your leads list from. Come on, like seriously, guys, that's your leads list. Talk to those people, right? Talk to them. Normal conversation, business-like, right? They're gonna reach back out to you and let you know what's going on, okay? But it starts with you reaching out to them, unless they come to you because you know what I mean. You just got your stuff, you got your stuff together, and I mean I've seen that happen too. Like people are coming to me and they're just like, hey, blah 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 blah, and I'm just like, dang, you're my friend. Like who are you? But I don't treat them that way. I treat them like, hey man, we just got done eating barbecue last weekend. Okay, that's how it's gotta be, right? If you don't like people, then you just better start loving them. Okay, and forget about all the other stuff. All right.
I used to didn't like people.
She used to what?
I mean, not like I don't like people, but they used to get on my nerves. I learned to love people, though.
She is right. Kula, I'm gonna tell you like this, right?
Especially if you work at McDonald's.
Oh my God.
Customer service.
Oh my God.
Woo.
That's
They
the
drive me
thing.
crazy.
That's the thing, man. You guys need to go to them places and tell them, look, don't these people just get on your last nerve?
Don't you want to get out of here?
Right? Double cheese, please.
Some
You know what I'm
sauce. You want 2 packs of sauce? I just gave you the bag.
Oh my God.
Why you didn't say that before I closed the door?
You want 2 more fries?
And some water.
You know?
Making my job so hard.
I'm trying to tell you, man. There's some things that are coming up.
I was gonna say Bianca. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, go ahead, do it.
Cool.
She just straight sliced me, man.
Bianca, on Instagram, if you're looking to build your following in Instagram, if you hashtag different companies and like network marketing, work from home, there's certain hashtags. If you do the hashtag, you'll see people who've done those hashtags, and you want to go follow them, and they will follow you back.
Okay.
And that will help you build up your following in there. And then when you make a post, as you probably already know to do hashtags on Instagram, it'll let more people see your post.
Yep.
So that's a good tip.
Same thing on Facebook. Look, I showed my sister something, right, with her business. Okay, I was like, hey, you want to do this, okay? You want to use these hashtags and use them religiously, right? But check this out. When you make a post, okay, all those groups, she went to like a Black Tech Week or something like that, right? And do some networking and all that type of stuff. Well, that group has its own hashtag, right? If you drop that hashtag in your post on Facebook, everybody within that group is gonna be aware. Number one, the group itself is gonna be aware, and number two, everybody that's in that group is gonna be aware. Okay, so you just use these things, man. And if you want to talk about advertisement, guys, there's so much free advertisement out there. If you want to talk about autoresponder, Gmail has its own autoresponder for free. You have it in your settings. You just don't even know it's there. That's what I'm saying, man. You guys have to research, man. You have to reach out into your computer and grab them bits and colors and put them together, man, and just start knowing some things, okay? You can create a free capture page through Wix, through Weebly, right? But if you don't go look for it, you're not gonna know. Now, I do understand, right? If you don't know, you don't know. But if we're saying these things, if you're seeing people say stuff and you're not looking it up, then you're just okay with not knowing anything. You're okay with not being valuable, and you're okay with not making money. Does anybody have anything to say? I think Johnny is going to put something up. You want to share screen? John, are you trying to share screen?
No, I was just showing them that you can definitely do a capture page off of Weebly, off of Wix, off of anything. You know, look, I got them both open right here. I'm working on them. Like, you know, and it's free.
Oh,
You
I like
understand what
that.
I'm saying? So,
Hey,
look,
I'm going to present you, and then you hit share screen, okay?
got it. Got it?
Yep.
Look, this is what Aaron was talking about just now, because you know there is free things out there we can use. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm using this free PDF for Instagram, you know, on how to get leads. You know what I'm gonna do down here? I'm gonna put a capture link right there, bang. So when they come in, they want the free information. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna give you their information. I'm creating one here on Weebly, and I'm creating one on Wix. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's definitely places where you go that it's free. You don't have to worry about paying for nothing or paying for a web builder or none of that stuff, man. We got free sources right here in front of us. I'm never gonna say anything.
So,
You got that?
Okay, go.
also, I was gonna work on doing a 5 to 10 day video series that shows people how to get more leads, more signups, and stuff like that. And then once I did it, I was gonna offer it to the places where I know that people were struggling in that situation. And what happens is, if you set up your autoresponder to every day send them a new video of what you already created, that's gonna bring a lot of value to their life, and they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I want to work with them.
Yep.
And low key in the messages, this is a trick way to not make it go to spam, because a lot of times it goes to spam. If you do that, they're going to be looking for your next video as opposed to, oh, somebody's spamming me, trying to get, you know. But if you're giving them knowledge, and then like at the bottom you can say P.S. See what's my see how you can get yada yada yada, very passively, but the majority of it is bring value. And then I was going to have the video showing them like training. And so what that's going to do is going to create a psychology for them to want to work with me in the business. That was the main actual goal, and the lead was a goal, because as you know, as marketers, you want to be building your list. Of course, that's more advanced, but just an idea, because Johnny shows that picture. That's a really good way to get leads for sure. I know that works.
Also, if you guys can hear me, there's also ways where if you're gonna make videos with valuable information, there is a way that you can ask these people to subscribe to your videos. You can put something out there and be like, you know, my 5 free videos on how to make 30K a month. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to be waiting for video number 1, video number 2, video number 3, and then you got them. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand, like, there's ways you can tell these people, listen, subscribe to all my free training videos, even though you're not interested in my business, but check out what I do and how I do it.
That works. That actually that strategy actually works better than most of the other strategies. I've seen people make millions of dollars just using that strategy, and to the point where they don't even do network marketing anymore. They do mostly, they sell their own products and their own training and stuff like that. I've seen it. I know the value proposition. Well, I forget what it's called, but basically you're leading with value. You're offering that solution, so that means that you're gonna get more sales, more signups, more everything just by doing that, because now they see that you're not like everyone else and you're not just spamming them, you know, stuff like that. Before they even work with you, they already know that you have certain type of skills that they're looking for, and they will want to work with you because of that.
Absolutely. that's just, just a little tip, for people that really want to go serious, because I know that there's a lot of people here that are, still on the borderline of success because they still haven't really made nothing. You guys are everywhere. But there, Dominique is explaining it, Aaron is explaining it, Bianca, Jermaine. There's so many people here that have value and that can teach and train you guys if you listen. A lot of people, they listen, but then somebody says, hey, listen, you can do this over here, and phew, they're gone. They lose focus on what the main goal here is. My whole team, I told my team, listen, before summertime, 90 days, stay focused, bring value, and share what you know. Before 90 days, everybody on my team could make more than 10 stacks a month, every single month before summertime. Let's enjoy your summer. I don't want to see you in 90 days still putting auto posters on Facebook. I don't want to see that no more, So, just take all the training that they're giving you and soak it and write it down. I don't see a lot of people with pens and pencils, and that's number one failure right now. I mean, everything that we're speaking about today, we can ask you tomorrow. You're not even going to know half of the things that we spoke about because you're not jotting it down.
Yep.
You can literally just come to these and jot down notes, make a video right after of what you learned, and just say, for instance, you go in those Facebook groups, right? You're like, are you tired of posting in your Facebook groups and not getting any sales or signups? Well, here's I have a video series that will help you, capitalize on groups. They're going to be all up on that because they're struggling in those groups because they don't know any other way to market except posting in groups.
Yep, and that's the things that you guys have to learn. I'm not gonna hold it, too much longer. You know what I'm saying? We've been here for about the hour, so I really don't want to do those long ones anymore. But I just want to leave on this note. If anybody has any questions, I'm gonna stop the broadcast and we can ask questions afterwards. Okay? Stay consistent. Okay? Bernie is so consistently banging AIOP out that her group is growing like some black mold underground in the background, just getting after it, okay? Johnny, I'm serious though, right? She's beating it down, okay? She's killing it. It's $11.50, and you know what? Most of her team is well over $80 in AIOP. Do you know what that means? That means they have at least 8 people in their downline, okay? Whether they were mostly pass-ups or not, it doesn't even matter. They're there, right? Because she's staying consistent and she's like banging it in their heads, AIP, 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 this is how you do it, and giving value every day. She's giving value every day, and she's killing it, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you got to do, because once you're consistent, people know where they're going, people know what they're doing. You're giving them that value, you're giving them that focus, okay? Once they get to that point where everybody's pretty comfortable leveraging out of AIOP, it can happen. It can happen. All right? If you're having trouble somewhere, okay, that trouble needs to be brought up. We need to know. All right, we don't need to find out, you know what I'm saying, a month or two later that, your people were sucking, getting on your nerves, or something like that. They didn't want to work, they was lazy. Look, it's very easy. You got 4 people and 3 of them are just sitting in the corner eating apples, all right? You need 3 more people. Point blank period. I'm sorry, you need 3 more people. All right, you need to get serious. You need to get serious about what you want to do in life. All right, if people aren't doing it, they ain't that type. You ain't that type, right? If you're allowing it, then you are that type. Okay, it goes back to what Johnny said. You watching Jerry Springer on the couch with people watching Jerry Springer. That's what y'all doing, man. So if you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to bring value into this world, if you're trying to make money, then that's what you need around you all day long, all day strong. And if they're not willing to do that, they're not willing to get after it, okay? Hey, I mean, thanks, you signed up under me, you gave me $10 or something like that, and, I'm only gonna be working with the people who are serious. So let me know when you're serious again, and we can build this thing up. But until then, I'm not about to be putting people up under you. No, you're lazy. Okay, I'm not about to be doing all of that. Trying to work my butt off, trying to build the team, and nah. All right. So if you're serious, your people will be serious, and if they're not serious, then you need more people. All right. I mean, that's point blank. Period. But yeah,
I
let's
just
just.
want to say one more thing.
Okay, yeah, do it, Bianca. Do it.
So I just want to say, you got to make your why so strong that you will never give up on it. Like having your why as your family and your kids or whatever, that's strong, but you make it strong enough so that the people that you bring in or everybody around you will succeed as well. You know what I mean? Have it so I want everybody to succeed. My why is to help everybody to get out of poverty and to bring as many people as you can into the success mind frame. You can't force anybody to be successful, but you can bring as many people as you can to you to help direct them into on the right path. If that makes any sense, right?
No,
So you gotta make your why strong enough to be able to keep moving forward, even though you're sucking right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Your heart's got to be in this, guys. Your heart's got to be in anything that you want. If you want to smack a ball out the park, your heart's got to be in that bat.
You gotta be prepared to fall down as many times as it takes, and to keep getting up.
It's all about heart. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan, you know why he was the greatest? Yo, that dude has so much heart and passion for the game, for the competition. He has so much heart and passion for competition. He had to go play baseball, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's hard. He was just like, man, I just got to compete in something, man. Like basketball is only one season. Bo Jackson, 3 sports, passion, heart. Michael Jackson, passion, heart. You gotta put so much into it. You have no you force people to be moved by your heart, okay? By the heart that you put into it, the dedication and commitment, the want. A lot of people, they're gonna talk about the why, all right, but you gotta add that want, okay? You gotta want to take care of your why. You have to, or you're just playing around with yourself, for real. All right, so I'm gonna cut it, and then we can go questions and answers and things like that.